Okay, so oh, hmm. I don't know what's wrong with me. I know I have a very basic video editing app. I didn't want to spend a lot of money for something that's I'm not putting a lot of utilization into other than just putting text over the screen. This thing is buggy. It's lags, crashes, all these runtime errors. I think runtime errors partly to do with the computer not being fast enough. Doesn't make any sense to me. Should be plenty fast enough, but I went up the other day. I was doing Thursdays. Like I got Thursdays running before I came down here. I went upstairs and it was stopped. Like no runtime error, no nothing. It was stopped, and I was like, "What the hell?" So I don't know if the cat got up and touched the keyboard or something and stopped it, but I had to restart the entire thing. It was like 3 hours of time that I lost. But it's the same thing as a runtime error. It's the same issue, but so got Fridays producing now. I don't like being this far behind on them. But whatever. Anyway. So I came down here and I was like, I know that the frustration I usually have, getting pissed off with this YouTube app on this Blu-ray player, like not doing exactly what it's supposed to do and backing up and starting. So I'm like, wait, I can connect it to my phone because it's connected to the Wi-Fi. I can connect it to my phone. That doesn't work as good either on this one. I think because the app and the Blu-ray player are so old, they've got to be at least 8 or 9 years old. So, but it finally connected, but there's like a 30 to 45 second lag. So I don't know, but at least it's connected. It looks like it started back over at the beginning where I want it to start. I don't know. But yeah, I still gotta do. Just having issues with all this technology right now. Not that I don't know how to use it, just issues. Like trying to download my live streams off of TikTok, or it either works fine or it doesn't want to work at all. You know, so there's like 5 or 6 times. I think the key is I think downloading the lives off of TikTok, it might work better on the Wi-Fi, maybe. Because as soon as I turn the Wi-Fi on, it seems to download fine. But then again, I've had it where it downloaded after 5 or 6 times of me trying and it not downloading, and then it downloaded just fine afterwards, whether I was on Wi-Fi or not. So I don't know. But I finally got yesterday's download on my phone for my highlight reels. Got these linked up, and I think I got it started back at the beginning with all the information where I can read it for you guys, because that was my biggest frustration with that. Hopefully I don't get a runtime error, and hopefully maybe no cat touches the keyboard. Because I can't lock it. I can't lock the computer. Or, go into sleep mode, and then it stops running my program. Probably lock it without going into sleep mode. I don't know. Anyway, so it is Stretch Day. First week of the 3 to 10 is over. I did my measurements this morning, or weigh-in. I did my weigh-in / measurements this morning, whatever you want to call it. My stats for the week, I guess. Now, surprisingly, I figured with the addition of creatine, 2 things were going to happen. My weight was going to go up because I was going to be retaining water. And 2, the body fat percentage was going to go down because I was retaining water. Because that's what creatine does. It pulls water. You know. Well, according to the scale, I lost 0.4 pounds. So, cool. Now, I'm assuming that if I didn't have but then again, I just started taking the creatine Monday. So, I've only got like a week's worth. I haven't actually loaded yet, so probably not a lot. However, the water percentage in my body, the hydration level went up by about 1% as well. So I was at 54 something percent last week and 55.1 this week, so that went up. So, but minimal. So, surprised to see that the body fat or the weight went down a little bit. Not surprised to see the body fat percentage went down as well. You know, by about a whole percent. Body fat percentage went down a whole percent because the water level went up. Because that's how the body fat reads that's how the scale reads your body fat. It reads how much water you have in your body. The more water, the less resistance. The less resistance, it calculates how much body fat you have. The less resistance usually means more muscle mass because muscle naturally holds more water. And if you use creatine, it's going to hold even more water. So based off my height and my weight, because you put your height in the computer in the scale as well, you can kind of put this stuff in. Your height, your age, and then you can put like the date and stuff like that in there too as well. So it actually has a calendar on there. But you put your height and your weight in there so it can read your body mass, your BMI as well. But also based off your height and your weight and how much resistance it reads through your body, calculated off of the rest of the numbers, it reads how much it assumes your body fat is. So, however, this did not go down at all this morning. But then again, I also felt a little like this morning. So, like making all kinds of noises. I know that's not what people want to hear, but that's just natural body stuff. And if you're going to be tracking your body fat and your measurements, and you got to understand what happens and what can cause numbers to change, because I have done my measurements on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in a row just to see the difference, and they've changed all 3 days. And that's not me sucking in my stomach, that's not me pushing out my stomach, that's just me taking the tape measure exactly the same way, standing up, and then measuring. You know, 3-4 times in a row, comes out the same 3-4 times in a row each day, but each day it was different. So I've seen it being like, you know, oh crap, I gained a 1/4 of an inch, you know, from last week, and then the very next day, I eat a little bit differently. All this other bodily stuff happens, and then I get on the scale the next morning, and I'm actually down a 1/2 inch from that day before. So I technically lost a 1/4 of an inch. So, those are things that I like to make sure people understand for when they're tracking their weight and their body fat, because some people get very discouraged by the numbers going in the wrong direction. And I just like to make sure I reiterate as much as possible or stress the fact that your bodies do stuff. So every measurement's not going to be the same. Now, if you take a monthly measurement, there should be no issue whatsoever with your numbers going down. Okay, you're going to avoid all those little fluctuations that you're going to see daily and sometimes weekly. But if you take a measurement July 1st, you take a measurement August 1st, and it hasn't budged, something's going on. Either your diet's wrong, your exercise routine's wrong, or both, or there could be some underlying cause. that's not addressed. But typically, for the most part, for most people, your numbers will continually go down once a month. But if they're not, and you're not taking your measurements, say, weekly, you might be missing something that's causing the problem that lasted for a month. You know, that little extra whatever that you're eating, or that the routine you're not doing hard enough, or the extra lazing around that you're doing, when you could be doing something else. Just whatever it is you might be missing because you're not doing your measurements once a week. So sometimes it comes out where it's going to be discouraging, where it goes a little bit or it doesn't budge. But again, for the most part, if I go through my numbers, I'm just going to read off my my waist measurement, my stomach measurement since I started. And it has gone down every time, so I'm going to measure it again. I always measure Sunday and Monday if the number isn't what I like on Sunday. So I started at 46 and a quarter, 45 and 3/4, 45 and a quarter, 45, 44 and a half, 44 and a quarter. You can see there's no consistency here. It's a half inch or quarter of an inch, 43 and a half. There's 3/4 of an inch right there. 43 and a quarter, 42 and 3/4, 42 and a half, 42 and a quarter, 42, 41 and a half, 41 and a quarter. And if I take my numbers from today, it's also going to be 41 and a quarter. But again, I feel a little bloated, and now that could possibly also have to do with the creatine that I've been taking, because it adds water to your body. Now that should be going mostly to the muscles, but I could be, just now since I started taking it, be a little bloated because of that. Or it could be something that I've eaten this week that wasn't sitting properly with me, and I'm a little out of whack. But that happens. So again, if that's happening with you, with your numbers and your measurements, I don't want you to be discouraged by 1 week's numbers. Take your numbers again the next day. You know, set your things up. Set your measurement date up on your rest day. Take them on your rest day, which is for me today. Sunday's my rest day. And then, if they don't look right to you, take them again the very next day before you start your routine again. So if you have a 6-day cycle, 7 days, 6 days, 1 rest day. Take it again before you start your routine. I'll do mine first thing tomorrow morning before I come down here and do my work, before I eat my protein bar, before I take my creatine, before I take my pre-workout and all that other stuff. Just exactly the same way this morning. I'm going to get up, I'm going to evacuate my body as much as best I possibly can before I have anything to eat or drink or anything. I'm going to hop on that scale, I'm going to take whatever measurements they say, take my measurement across my stomach, and whichever numbers were best, I'm going to keep those numbers for those 2 days. And that's what I encourage other people to do, because you have that fluctuation that you can track it. But as long as you're consistent, you're fine. Like I said, if your numbers are fine on Sunday, they're not going to be worse on Monday unless you're bloated or something. Okay, you're not going to gain another ½ pound unless you eat really late at night as well. So there's all these different factors that can change it. Whatever your smallest is on that weekend, or those 2 days in a row, is what you actually are going to be. Because you really can't empty your body any more than it is when it's empty. So the lower those numbers is what you should take. And then just move on from there. And if they're bigger than the week before, figure out what you were doing wrong or what might be going on, and see if you can make adjustments. Drink too much milk. If you're lactose intolerant and you had too much milk products, too much dairy, and it's doing stuff in here that you don't like, stop drinking the dairy. whatever it is. It could be causing bowel issues, anything like that. So whatever. Anyway, as far as the workout routine goes, for the first week of the 3 at 10, I think it went pretty well. I did some nice increases throughout the routine, where the week before, when I was doing my last set of 2 at 15, I was like, oh, I don't think I can take that up for the 3 at 10. And on most of those, I think almost every one of the exercises, I was wrong. You know, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm doing my 2 at 15, I'm taking little mini breaks halfway through the first set and the second set. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do 3 sets of 10 with more weight if I can't do 2 sets of 15 at this weight. So I kept the weight the same for the first set, and most of those I increased at least by the third set, if not on the second set and the third set. So me getting a little like scared on my in my back of my head, be like, yeah, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it, even though my initial rule was to increase 1 increment every time we changed routines. So we went from 1 to 30. If the last exercise, the last weight I did on a particular exercise was 10 pounds for 1 to 30, it went up to 12 for the 2 of 15. So if the last weight I did for an exercise was 10 pounds or 12 pounds for the 2 of 15, it should have went up to 15 for the first set of the 3 of 10. But then I justified it because I'm like, well, half of these, and of course I had that fever the one day, 1 or 2 days in a row, and kind of threw me off a little bit on my last week of the 2 of 15. So I'm like, I'm not really doing what I need to do. And then I come back in, take my rest week, recovery week, come back, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, that was easy. But you know, you got 3 sets. You can make up for it on the second set, which you can too. So it's not a big deal. Not really a big deal. And again, the first week I got 4 more weeks of the 3 at 10, another recovery week before we move on to the next segment. Anyway, so by the time this next week is done, we'll be settled into some weight that's actually really, really good, and then the following 3 weeks will be just pretty hardcore, semi-hardcore, whatever. So yeah, but my weight going down 0.4 pounds, fine with that. Body fat going down 1%. It's mostly probably the creatine as well, probably half and half. But with the weight going down and the body fat going down, even though some of it's the creatine, the waistline stomach measurement should have went down at least by 1/4 inch. I know it comes off all over the place wherever it wants to, however it wants to. So I could have lost a little more here than losing here. But then again, what I was mentioning earlier could be going on as well, things like that. So I really need to stretch. I got a stretch video up there. I'm like, all right. So anyway, that's enough talking today. I talk too much anyway. I am way behind. It is 1:13. 1:13. It's the last 3 of my username. 113. So yeah, there's a lag on this anyway. So today we're going to follow along. I found this other one. It says 20-minute full body stretch for flexibility. These titles are long. I don't know why they make these titles so long. You put that right in the description. Anyway, 20-minute full body stretch for flexibility, reducing bloating, pain relief, and recovery. Emmy. There's like 2 diamonds around her name. Emmy. E-M-I. This is by Emmy Wong. It was published a little over 3 years ago. It's got 3.9 million views on it, so it must be pretty decent. 52K likes. So Emmy Wong, E-M-I Wong, W-O-N-G. So if you are going to watch me and follow along with this, or follow along, watch me, whatever, and you seem to like this stretch, it will be in the, I'm going to go ahead and throw it in there right now. It is in my stretch videos playlist on YouTube. So it's right there, so you guys can find it. Also, if you're watching this video on YouTube, then it's right there in the description underneath me. Her page is tagged along with the link to this video as well. So, all right, and I'm pretty sure I got about into 12 seconds of this, and she's still talking. And since that's a lag anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hit the play button, and hopefully it starts within 30 seconds. I don't know why there's such a long lag. And then while I get my mat set up and some more water. It's about 20 minutes. I think I said that 20-minute full body workout. Full body stretch, not workout. Sometimes a stretch can feel like a workout.
Hi, I'm Emmy. So today we're going to do a 20-minute full body stretch. But first, why should we even take the time to stretch? There are so many benefits, including increasing flexibility and range of motions, reducing the chance of injuries, elongating the tight muscles so they don't get bulky from the workouts, helping with the postures, recovering from soreness, increasing blood circulation, and just relaxing the mind and helping with stress relief. Without further ado, if you're ready, let's go.
She said,
Let's begin with neck stretch. You can stand or sit, whichever pose you're most comfortable in. Place your right hand on your head. Apply gentle pressure and slowly tilt it to the right. You will feel a stretch in the left side of your neck. Three, two, one, rest. Next one is the same stretch. This time tilting your head to the left with your left hand. Use this time to slow down your thoughts and just focus on breathing in and breathing out. Three, two, one, rest. Third is sky reach to open up your heart and loosen up your torso, spine, back, chest, arms, abs, and even the internal organs. Inhale as you reach your arms towards the sky and look up. Then exhale as you bring your arms down and release all the tension from your body and mind. Three, two, one, rest. Fourth is forward bend to stretch the spine, the back, thighs, and hip. Feet wide apart, bend down to touch the floor in front of you. Feeling the stretch in the back of your legs, then bend to one side, middle, and the other side, so we can stretch out our legs and hips from different angles. Do it slowly, no need to rush it. Three, two, one, rest. Fifth, we'll be stretching out our chest. Interlock your fingers, place them behind your head. Gently squeeze your shoulder blades together and press your elbows back. You should feel your chest opening up. Keep breathing slowly. Let each breath carry away your worries and your stress. Three, two, one, rest. Sixth is shoulder pull across. Reach your left arm across your upper body, keeping it straight, then hold it with your right arm. Gently pull your left arm towards your chest. Remember to keep your shoulders down and relax. Three, two, one, rest. Next one, we're switching to the other side. Feel the stretch in your right shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus on being present at this moment. Three, two, one, rest. 8, we'll stretch out our triceps. Raise your left arm overhead. Bend it, reach over with your right hand and pull your left elbow gently down and towards your right side until you feel a stretch in your left tricep and shoulder. Three, two, one, rest. Next one, we're stretching out our right tricep. Three, two, one, rest. 10th is shoulder pull with arms reached to continue the stretch in the tricep and shoulder, and to open up our heart even more. Bend both arms, bring them behind your back, right arm up and left arm down. Try to reach both hands together. If you can't, no worries, just try to reach them as close to each other as possible. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next one is the same movement but switching side. Again, try your best, but it's totally fine if your hands cannot touch. Flexibility takes practice. You'll get better every day with this stretch. With each breath, reach your arms a little further. Three, two, one, rest. 12th is single arm wall stretch. Place left arm on a wall. Keep it straight while turning your body away from the wall with a rotation of your arm. You will feel an intense stretch in your shoulder, arm, lats, and upper back. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next one is the same, but this time stretching the right arm and shoulder. Enjoy the stretch and the breathing. This helps to relieve tension, increase flexibility, and reduce the risk of shoulder injuries.
I think he's done that on here.
3, 2, 1, rest. 14th, we're also using the wall for the stretch. Wall bend. Place both hands on the wall and walk your feet back to bend down from the hips until your arms are straight, forming a 90-degree angle with your body. Inhale, and with each exhale, bend and stretch more. 3, 2, 1, rest. 15th is standing thigh stretch to elongate our thigh area so it won't get bulky. Stand on your left leg. You can hold onto a wall or a chair for support if you struggle with balance. Grab your right foot with your left hand and pull towards your butt. Keep your chest up. You should be feeling a good stretch in your right quad.
Again, I'm mirroring what she's doing.
3, 2, 1, rest. Next one, switch leg. Feel the stretch in your left front thigh.
So like some of the exercise videos, she's just calling out what she's doing.
Three, two, one, rest. 17th is standing calf stretch. Step your left leg forward and your right leg back. Bend the front leg and keep the back leg straight. Set your weight down as you press your right heel down. You should be feeling a stretch in the calf of your back leg. Three, two, one, rest. Next one, switch side. This is one of my favorite stretches because it really helps elongate the calf muscles that got tightened from daily walking, running and exercising, and hence slimming down the calves. Three, two, one, rest. 19th. Come down to all fours for wrist stretch. First with palms down and fingers pointing forward. Then turn one palm up with fingers pointing towards your knee. Slowly put more weight onto your wrist to stretch. Alternate between sides. This is very important to strengthen our wrists, which support us in many exercises. 3, 2, 1, rest. 20th is cat and cow to warm up our spine and stretch the neck and back. Stay in all fours, take a big inhale, arch your back, lift your head and tailbone up towards the sky. Then on the exhale, round your spine up towards the ceiling and imagine you're pulling your belly button up towards your spine. This also helps massage our internal organs and relieve tension in our body. 3, 2, 1, rest. We're halfway through. 21st is seated forward bend. Sit on the floor. Straighten your right leg out in front of you and left leg bent towards your right inner thigh. Fold your upper torso over your right leg, but try to keep your back flat. It's okay if you cannot touch your right foot. With each breath, deepen the stretch. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next one, we'll switch side. You'll be feeling a deep stretch in the back of your left thigh and calf. When it comes to stretching, let go of the competitive mindset. Accept and embrace the stage that your body is currently at. Allow it to stretch just a little bit more every day. Give it time and it will surprise you. 3, 2, 1, rest. 23rd, we're stretching our spine and back with seated torso twist. Right leg extended, bend your left knee and cross your left foot over your right leg. Place your left arm behind you supporting your torso. Then twisting your torso to the left, bend your right elbow to place it on the outer side of your left knee. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next one, we're twisting to the right side. With each inhale, lengthen the spine and with each exhale, rotate further to the right. Three, 2, 1, rest. 25th is butterfly bend to open up our hips. Bend both knees, bring your feet together, hold them with your hands, lengthen your spine, slowly fold forward and keep your back flat. You can also reach your hands to the front to fold forward even more. 3, 2, 1, rest. 26th is half split bend. Right leg on the floor at the back with left foot on the floor in front. Knee bent. Then sit your hip down, you can start by having your hands on your left thigh, then lower them down to the floor for a deep stretch, and eventually have your elbows on the floor if your flexibility allows. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next one, we're switching to the other side. It's okay if your elbows cannot reach the floor. Don't push yourself too hard. Listen to your body and let it decide what's your maximum for today. Three, 2, 1, rest. 28, we're lying down for knee to chest to stretch the glutes, hip flexor and hamstrings. Bend your left knee and hold it towards your chest while pressing your lower back into the floor. This also helps release tension in the spine and lower back. 3, 2, 1, rest. 29th is the same stretch but on the other leg. Hold your right knee to your chest. Continue to breathe slowly and steadily. Three, 2, 1, rest. 30th is foot on knee to chest to give your glutes and hamstrings a further stretch. Bend both knees, cross your right leg over your left so that your right ankle is resting on your left knee. Gently pull your left thigh towards your chest until you feel a deep stretch in your glutes. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next one, same movement, this time left leg over right thigh. Enjoy the sensation, only 1/4 of today's stretch session left. Three, 2, 1, rest. 30-second is lying twist for a good stretch in the spine, glutes and lower back. Right leg straight on the floor, bend your left leg in 90-degree angle and place it to the right side. Right hand pressing it to the floor. Twist your torso to look to the left. Left arm extended out on the floor. Both shoulders should remain on the mat. Next one, we're twisting to the right. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. Exhale as you relax your lower back and extend your stretch. Three, 2, 1, rest. 24th is shoulder twist. Kneel on the floor, extend your left arm on the floor towards the right.
I missed it.
Press your upper body down to the floor, right arm supporting your body.
Yeah, I missed one.
3, 2, 1, rest. Same movement on the opposite side, stretching the right shoulder.
I think she forgot to put a 3, 2, 1 in there.
3, 2, 1, rest. 5 more stretches left. Next one, we're stretching our left thigh. Right leg straight in front with left leg bent, sitting on left heel. You can start by having your elbows on the floor to support your upper torso. If your flexibility allows, release your elbows and lie down on the floor. This is more advanced, so don't worry if you cannot do this yet. We'll get there. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next one, same movement, sitting on the right heel this time. Slowly lower your upper torso as low as you can, then pause and hold it there. Don't force yourself to go lower than what your body is willing to at the moment. The key of this stretch session is to make our body feel good and not pain. 3, 2, 1, rest. 38 is hugging both knees to your chest. You can gently rock from side to side and back and forth to give yourself a gentle back massage. Three, 2, 1, rest. 39th is ab stretch in all 3 directions. Lie on your stomach on the floor, palms flat at chest level, then take a deep breath and push up off your hands, raising your torso as high as you can without lifting your pelvis off the floor. Feeling a stretch in your abs, you can turn to each side and look back to your toes for a few seconds to stretch the side of your abs. 3, 2, 1, rest. And our final stretch. My favorite child pose to stretch and relax the whole body, reduce stretch and fatigue. Spread your knees wide apart while keeping your big toes touching. Rest your butt on your heels, exhale and bow forward. Allow your forehead to come to the floor. Keep your arms extended in front, palms facing down. Press back with your hands to try keep your butt in contact with your heels. Soften and relax your lower back. Allow all tension to drain away. And that's it for a 20-minute stretch today. Good job for taking this time out for yourself, your body, and your mind. Hope you're feeling relaxed. Here's an extra stretch if you feel like it. You can come back anytime again for this stretch. Before workout, after workout, before you sleep, or even first thing in the morning for a peaceful start to your day. Hope you enjoy the stretch and have a great day or night. See you again very soon.
Starts playing. Might start playing the next one. Just because that lag. Looks like she has a whole workout channel as well. I like that. I like the stretch. I'm not sure I like the setup on how she did the video. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. Just takes the relaxation aspect out of it with the timer and the. There was one part though I noticed. Camera's kind of set up, kind of like mine here, where you can see the doorway to the back room over there. You know, Twitch, you can see the whole thing, but it's like somebody like walked because it was like just off the side, kind of walking like a red tank top on, and like each one of these segments on here, like she'd show a video overlay of what she's going to do next, and it would be like each little video was cut and pasted next to each other. But as soon as like she finished, like she was in the middle, like there was like 5 seconds left of the stretch, you know, right before she said 3, 2, 1, rest. You can see the guy up in the corner, kind of, just kind of walking off like this in the corner, very, very tight in the corner, in the next room. And as soon as he walked by, you know, she walks off screen and it switches to the next. I thought it was kind of funny. I got a kick out of it. Speaking of, of course, I sit in my car all night. You know, I'm doing DoorDash and stuff. Even though I interact with people, I don't interact with them very much because most of the people I interact with are like half my age. And it's not because they're half my age that I don't. I mean, I try to talk to everybody. I have no problem talking to anybody. It's just that these people, you guys aren't. You young bucks are not social anymore. You guys grew up on social media, but you guys are not social in person. It's the weirdest thing. Yet you're working all these jobs where you have to be social. Like you need people skills. This made me zone out. I like the ones that make me kind of zone out, but not enough that I don't know what I'm doing. But I like to zone out when I'm doing them. You know, as much as I can, I still follow along. But anyway, because I don't have so much interaction with that, I get kicks out of stupid things that have to do with the app. Like yesterday, I went to pick up an order, and 99% of the time when we get an order, we get the first name and the last initial. There's nothing else, just so you know if you order things. And you live in an apartment complex, and you don't give us the call code or the buzzer, the buzzer that has your name on it versus your apartment number. Because there's a lot of apartments that have, you just have to type in the apartment number for the call code for you guys to buzz us in. Or we push the button and it has your apartment number next to it. Sometimes where, we'll walk up and the apartment numbers aren't there, it just has the last name. Or we go look, they have the listing for the call codes and they're all by last name, and we don't get that. The only thing we can hopefully guess is if it has the first initial with it as well. Then we can probably figure that if it's Julie M, we see. Let's do it this way, just because it popped in my head. It's 5M, and then we scroll through and we see an F Mouskowitz. If you don't know what that is, then I don't want to say you're too young, but because it came out in the early '80s, but if you don't know that character, you're missing out on a great cartoon movie, American Tail. Anyway, we'll see F Mouskowitz, and that's the only FM up there. Then you're pretty sure it's you. So yeah, if you don't leave us a call code to call you. Even if it is your apartment number, you should put call code as apartment number. Because sometimes it's star 302 or 302 star or pound 302 or 302 pound, depending on how it's set up. Sometimes you're in apartment 302 and your call code is 123. So, anyway, that's beside the point. So we get first name, last initial. So I go to pick up a Michael B. It's Michael B. I go to pick up the order, and right next to it, literally, I am not joking you, right next to it is an order for Jordan. It's the only name on it, Jordan. It was literally Michael B. Jordan. That wasn't the full name, I'm just saying, it was two separate orders, but I got a kick out of it. Since you guys are all YouTube, I'll just pop it up on the screen. Since you guys are all live, it's backwards. I'll have to flip it. Okay, bring it up. Anybody's actually watching. Save that. I'm not sure if you're able to see it or not. Probably not. Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Anyway, I got a kick out of that. I also picked up a double order on Uber for a Jack and a Hannah. That was the order with Jack and Hannah. You know, the animal zoologist guy, not Steve Irwin, obviously, but Jack Hannah. I've had some fun things. I think I had a Michael C. and a Duncan on a double. I think that was funny. I usually send it to my kids because my daughter gets a kick out of that too. My son, my daughter's boyfriend, not so much, but my daughter gets a kick out of stupid things like that as well. I delivered to a Julian on Julian Avenue. Julian and Julian were spelled differently. Anyway. I gotta kick out a stupid thing. I gotta entertain myself somehow. Anyway, so yeah, if you like that stretch, then yeah, it's in my stretch video playlist on YouTube. And again, like I said on the YouTube video, I'll link it in the description. For you guys not on there, you can go to the YouTube, same username, and find it. It's Emmy Wong, 20-minute full body stretch or something like that. So yeah, overall it was a nice stretch. I liked it. So yeah, I will redo my measurements tomorrow, just to make sure they're the same or if they're where I want them to be. And again, I do want to stretch. If you do it 2 days in a row, like I do, and that's fine. Don't start doing it 3 days in a row, 4 days. Well, it's not quite where I want. Now you're halfway into your next week, you know, and it's not really accurate. Sunday, Monday, you know, my week goes from Monday to Sunday, so Sunday, Monday morning, fine, not a big deal. I will even give you, if you want to do it Saturday morning, just to check it, Sunday and Monday, that's fine, you know, but I wouldn't do anything more than that. I really don't even recommend doing the 3-day one, but your rest day and before you start your first day the next week, that's perfectly fine. Just to double check. Take the smaller the numbers, make yourself feel a little better. It's not going to hurt anything. It's really not going to change anything, and most likely it's not going to be a huge difference anyway, but it might be that little bit, like on mine today, where I've had a few where the weights went up by like 0.2 or 3. Next day it was down by a half pound. The fat percentage was a little bit off, you know, because maybe I was a little dehydrated or I was a little too hydrated from the night before, and the next day it was back where it was supposed to be because the water level was proper. Or again, there's times where you're bloated or you ate too late or again, ate the wrong things, whatever the condition, whatever the scenario, you know, and the next day looks more right, you know, like my 41 1/4 when I was 41 1/4 last Sunday, so if I come out 41 even, cool, you know, tomorrow. I'm fine with that. I was hoping to drop a ½ inch this week, considering I went back to the Turbo Jam videos, which are more cardio, more of a cardio versus the hip hop ab ones from before, and then I added the intervals as well in between my sets. Again, I didn't eat much different than before. Again, probably should have eaten more, and probably could have done a little better. Like I say this every week, could have done a little better on what I was eating. But again, I wasn't eating anything bad. So, I mean, last Monday, not this last Monday, not like a week ago from tomorrow, the Monday before, I had double quarter pounder large fries popped, one of those what's that? What's salted? Oh, chocolate caramel pretzel McFlurries last Monday, and I still dropped like a half inch or inch, a quarter inch, half inch, pound or two, you know, by the end of that week. So one time's not going to hurt you. A little bit off is not going to hurt you. So I wasn't off, you know, I wasn't eating a lot of crap that was going to make me gain weight. So whatever. Anyway, now I'm just rambling for no reason. So TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. That's the order that it's in on my screen. So when you see it right underneath me on YouTube, it's TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. All the same usernames. So like I said, if you want to go check out that video on YouTube, that stretch video, if you liked it, it's on my YouTube, same username. Twitch, I just live stream. Don't know if there's anything else to do. I don't think there's anything else to do. I don't have time to do anything else with anything else, so it doesn't matter. TikTok's my main account. I post everything there first. All the fitness journey updates, all the weekly highlight reels, 2 separate playlists. Did it on purpose because of YouTube. They're right there. Fitness journey and the weekly playlist, weekly highlight reel. They all go there first, along with anything else that I make. And then I just share those videos to the other platforms. Instagram gets those weekly updates, the highlight reels, as well as the progress pictures. So if you want to see the progress pictures, the last one up is my 3-month progress, which I think I'm pretty proud of. You know, it shows start, first month, second month, and third month on there. So you can see a monthly difference. It's pretty, I like it. I like looking at it. Not like I'm narcissistic staring at it, you know. But I like to see the difference. It's kind of cool. It's basically the same reason I make the highlight reel videos, because it's kind of cool watching my stomach get smaller and the weight get heavier that I'm lifting. So yeah, those are all there for your viewing pleasure on whatever platform. Basically TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube has all the videos, all the updates, all the highlight reel videos, and the fitness journey playlist there. And then all the live streams that you're watching right now are recorded on a camcorder in landscape mode to go onto YouTube with text overlay, pictures, things like that I put up. So I want to say, here's my comparison photo. I can put the picture up next to me here. So, which I'll be doing tomorrow before I start. Yeah, something like that. So, that's it. Have a good day. I will see whoever tomorrow.